for the Hellcat now being ordered for model year 2020.
Very interesting. With my dear friend Tim Kuniskis back, Trump back in office, and Carlos Tavares now being seen the door, Ram is looking to be reinvented and put back on the map. The Hurricane Inline 6 and the EV Halo strategy has failed across the board, and Stellantis is still in freefall. But what if I told you that TK's Garage had just revealed that a Hemi powered Ram truck could be making a return very soon? And what if I told you that is not enough? Because what if I told you that I have an idea for something a little more bold for Ram, something a little more spicy, and perhaps a little more demonic 170. It's that time of year again where you need to save as much money as you can to buy the gifts for everyone else and including yourself. So my friends at Just Bolt-Ons and Drag Racing Wheels have you covered. In case you need anything like exhaust systems, sticky Mickeys, catch cans, tonneau covers, whatever, my friends at Just Bolt-Ons and Drag Racing Wheels have some of the best prices online. And with my promo code BUTTER that you use at checkout, you can save up to an additional 15% off on your next order. So check out my friends at Just Bolt-Ons, DragRacingWheels.com, where some of the best prices online just got a little bit better. Well, I'm over 38,000 friends, and the 65% of you guys not yet subscribed. TK's Garage just keep racking up the wins and just keeps racking up these leaks that just keeps coming true. Leak after leak after leak after leak after leak after conspiracy theory, they just keep coming true. And his latest one about the 6.2 liter supercharged Hemi V8 returning to Ram has my spidey senses tingling. Now, the Ram TRX is one of my favorite vehicles, and literally it's the only vehicle I've ever purchased from Ram, which I still miss to this day more than probably any vehicle that I've ever owned. I just want to say that if this vehicle comes back, I don't know how I would feel, and I don't know how you guys would feel, the customer who's had to deal with all this crap going on with that truck over the past few years. Especially the guys who just spent over $120,000 for a final edition Ram TRX that just 3 years before was around $20,000 cheaper with literally zero changes. No engine upgrades, no Bilstein upgrades, really no interior upgrades, no color changes, nothing other than special editions. The 2021 Ram TRX and 2024 Ram TRX is basically the exact same truck. Only difference is you Connect 5 and a digital instrument cluster, but that's not worth $20,000 in my eyes. Now, sure, some of you guys remember that some of the videos that I had and others videos out there about the Durango Hellcat lawsuit, which I personally think that those owners are 100% justified in bringing that lawsuit because customers were deceived that the Durango Hellcat for the 2021 model year was a 1 year only run. And then 2022, that model was skipped in 2022. And I made a video saying that according to sources inside of Stellantis and inside of Dodge, they told me the only thing to do was fix one thing. Just go and fix like the fuel system and the evap system, and they could have released it for 2022, but they just didn't for some reason. And then back in 2023, for the last call, the Durango Hellcat was brought back, and then the customer sued because they were basically told that the Durango Hellcat was going to be a 1 year only run.
Yep. There's still time to get the most powerful SUV ever. Durango SRT Hellcat is back for the 23 model year. And even though they were able to figure out how to keep building it, you all know the stories you heard about emissions, compliance, and blah, blah, blah. It is not detuned. Still 710 horsepower, 645 pound-feet of torque, and still the best in class towing. And most importantly, it's the most badass SUV you can buy, period.
Now, I've said in other videos as well that this whole situation could have been easily avoided if Dodge would just simply put in a Redeye 6.2 liter high output supercharged Hemi V8 into the Durango, and those 2021 Ram, well not Ram, but Dodge Durango customers would still have their single year, 1 year run only Durango Hellcat. And I mean, even for 2023, when the Durango came out, they didn't make a ton of those vehicles. And then they came out with 2024, then they came out with 2025. And now according to TK, the Durango Hellcat come back again for 2026, which is more, I just want to say, not a very good look when Dodge was saying that these vehicles that aren't supposed to never come back are coming back. And then even from what I remember seeing in a video, I think Dodge even built a Redeye Durango back a year or two ago. And I believe they gave it to Tom Bailey, and Tom Bailey turned it into a drag truck. I could have sworn I remember seeing him talk about on his YouTube channel, Dodge had built him a one-off Durango Redeye that was basically, I guess, like a pre-production model, and they gave it to him. And he turned it, like I say, into a drag truck that's kind of, I think, a lot different now. But this is just a long way of saying that if they bring back the TRX with simply just a Hellcat version of the 6.2 liter supercharged Hemi V8, that could open Ram up to be sued again by the customers who purchased the final edition TRX. So in this video, I want to propose two alternatives, because I know from talking to people within Stellantis that a lot of these people actually watch my videos, especially the higher ups. And so I want to propose two options. One more spicier than the other one, and one that would pair very, very, very nicely with my Demon 170. Now, just like I talked about the Durango Redeye that I just talked about, a Ram TRX Redeye variant would be an awesome decision on Ram's part. Everyone who owned a previous generation Ram TRX will get a horsepower update and get an additional 100 horsepower, or however they're going to do the actual horsepower conversion, because the Ram TRX did not get the same horsepower as a regular base Hellcat, right? Ram TRX 702 horsepower, then the Hellcat was like 717 horsepower, just based off of the air intake and all that stuff. So maybe we get like a 785 horsepower, I don't know, Ram TRX Redeye. And hopefully in this particular case, if they actually, you know, put a Redeye engine in the Ram TRX, maybe we can get a power chiller in this particular case, which I think that'd be cool to, you know, to bring the intake temps down, just like with Redeyes. Then now we know that this new 6th generation, as more of a refresh Ram TRX is, not Ram TRX, but Ram truck is out. Then we'll also get new, you know, updated styling on the truck. It's a little bit different from what it was before. The interior a little bit different. You got the screen that's into like the little lower glove compartment dash. I think, I don't remember if the RHO was a self-drive. I'll put it right here on the screen if the RHO will self-drive or not. I know some of the other Ram 1500s self-drive now too on the highway. So I think that if Ram does this, put a Ram TRX with a Redeye engine in it, I think they get plenty of interested parties that are looking to upgrade, especially from the previous generation TRX. If this new Ram TRX could be had for, I don't know, maybe like $99,000 out the door, base price, oh, I think you'll have a lot of interesting parties saying bump the Raptor R and will come flocking back to Ram, just like everyone did the first couple of years of the Ram TRX being introduced, because that was like the hottest thing out there, right? Plenty of Raptor owners jumped out of their V6 Raptors and jumped to a Ram TRX, and it wasn't even close. And the Ram TRX was a very hot seller. Now, I think this is going to be a win-win proposition for Ram and customers, because customers who have previous TRXs get a horsepower bump. Ram gonna get a ton of interest from a lot of parties, from Raptor R owners, previous TRX owners, and people like me who likes high horsepower vehicles, and even the people who can't necessarily afford a $100,000 base price new TRX can jump down into the removed Hellcat option. I mean, RHO Ram truck, and Tim Kuniskis can turn Ram back into a powerhouse with multiple off-road options. You either can jump to the Rebel. If you want to spice things up a little bit more, you can jump to RHO. If you really want to spice things up, you can go to a TRX Redeye edition. But if that wasn't enough.
Now, if that wasn't enough and you're really paying attention, but let's say you want to get crazy, a little crazy. Now, actually a lot crazy. This is straight up legit 5150 straight from us through direct connection.
What if Tim Kuniskis wanted to make a statement? What if Tim Kuniskis, my dear friend, wanted to make the ultimate Ram truck on and off payment? And what if he wanted to borrow some Demon 170 tech from a car that he helped champion in his previous tenure as Dodge CEO and really send a FU to the car industry? And that's where the Hellephant from the Demon 170 comes in. Now, like I said in the previous video, there is 100% in fact a Hellephant engine inside the Demon 170. You can go watch that video, and whenever you go to car shows and stuff and people say you ain't got no Hellephant, you can show them that video. But Could you imagine a 1,025 horsepower Ram TRX 170 on E85 destroying Raptor Rs and most cars off and on road? I mean, could you imagine taking this and this, these two things together? Hold on, let me make sure I got them both turned the same way. Could you imagine taking both these things right here? Let me get it in the light. A Demon, or hell, a Demon TRX, or a, oh, I got the shadow in my thing, or TRX Demon. Could you imagine taking these two keys, putting them together, and having the baddest truck? I'm just getting goosebumps just thinking about it. Like, I just want Dodge and Ram to get together and do this crap, right? And if you really think about it, it's not as unfeasible as you would think, right? Dodge got the Demon 170 to pass emissions in this car. And it's like I say, it is a car. Cars have way tougher emission standards than trucks do. So a truck should be a little bit easier to get since they have a less stringent compliance. And then you also have Donald Trump, who said he's going to either relax or remove emission standards. So even if Stellantis has to buy emissions credits from Tesla, for example, it'll be cheaper than it was before. And really, there isn't much difference in the drivetrain between a Demon 170 and a Ram TRX. I mean, both of them employ different versions of the same ZF 8 HP 90 transmissions. One of them is basically modified for the drag strip and kind of beefed up in the Demon 170. The other one is modified for the TRX to have all-wheel drive full time. Fitting the transmission from the Demon 170 into a Ram TRX shouldn't be a problem. It probably got to need to just beef it up, add a transfer case, beef up some axles, the rear diff or whatever they're going to use in the TRX to handle 1,025 horsepower. But I mean, if you really think about it, Dodge basically beefed up the rear axle for the Demon 170. They have a beefed up rear diff and a beefed up rear axles for to handle the 1,025 horsepower. So basically, if they can go to a vendor who want to beef up the all-wheel drive system from the Ram TRX, which I don't think needs to really be that beefed up, because I've seen people have 1,000 horsepower Ram TRX kits. So I mean, maybe just a little bit of stiffening and then it's going to work. And then if you go from just the drivetrain or whatever, right? If you go down to the actual suspension, both of them were made from Bilstein. So maybe Bilstein can tweak the Ram TRX suspension to handle more power from the Demon 170's Hellephant engine. I don't think it'd be very hard for Bilstein to do so, because they worked on both of these vehicles. They tuned this vehicle in secret to have this new drag suspension on those Bilstein shocks. And that was, well, I can't really say that, but let's just say I knew about updates that this company was doing to a new Challenger compared to other cars. So I'm not gonna say exactly how I knew, but I knew that this car was getting something spicy done to the suspension. I'm not gonna say exactly how I knew that, but if they can work on this vehicle right here, they can easily work on this vehicle right here and add some drags, you know, software or whatever to the suspension on a new beefed up Ram TRX 170. But really, you get some tuning, you get some beefed up components. Maybe Tim Kuniskis puts a call in to Mickey Thompson again, and maybe he'll have like hopefully a crate. I mean, that's one thing I wish my Demon 170 had. I would love to have a crate other than this. Well, I can't really show you this crate right here. Well, hold on, let me grab this crate right here. Like an actual real crate, not this crate right here from the Demon 170. Hopefully the TRX 170, but hopefully a TRX 170 will have a crate like, not a crate like that, but hopefully TRX 170 will have a crate that has maybe some drag radials in there, or maybe we'll have, don't go back to Leak Industries, Tim, because those guys really screwed up the ability for a lot of Dodge customers to get carbon fiber wheels on their car. But maybe we'll have some carbon fiber, I don't know, Demon 170 TRX wheels to really drive home the point that these two vehicles can share a lot of technology together. And if you think about it, we could have the ultimate truck that could be an awesome companion beside my Demon 170. Like, I would love to have this key right here, either say TRX 170 or put a Demon logo on this key right here and have a crazy car. Like, if you wonder what this little red thing right here for, it was for my exhaust cutouts I had in my TRX. Oh man, a straight pipe Ram TRX. Oh my God, well, not really straight pipe, but you know, exhaust cutouts and Ram TRX, all that thing sound lovely. That's why I miss it. I still got my exhaust cutouts. So if I ever buy another Ram TRX, I still got the exact same system. I'll just plug it in, you reuse my key again, and I can have an awesome sounding truck again. But I think that a Demon 170 powered Ram TRX would be an awesome companion beside my Demon 170 that my dear friend Tim Kuniskis helped me get in the first place. And Matt McClear, or McAlear, like, dude, you need to like text me the pronunciation, the hooked on fondest way to pronounce your last name so I can stop butchering it, which you're probably gonna see this video anyway. So I'll probably, you know, text you in a little bit to actually what's the proper saying of your last name. But the only thing that we're missing in this scenario right here, if these two vehicles were to share some Demon 170 tech, is maybe an SUV 170, like a Dodge Durango Demon 170, which would be a heck of a lineup in your garage. A Challenger Demon 170, a Durango Demon 170, a TRX Demon 170. I mean, golly, could you imagine that lineup? But I mean, that's a different video for another day. But could you just imagine some of the things that we could get from this company if they literally have the cojones to put it in cars? I mean, could you imagine this new Charger Daytona? Well, not the Daytona version, but this new 2025 Charger. You can have like either a 2-door or 4-door Demon 170 engine in there, right? The new Hellephant, and have E85 on that car. That's one thing I love about my Demon 170. I like driving my Demon 170 a lot more than I like driving my Z06, not just because of the power, but every time I go to the gas station, I can literally fill up my Demon 170 with like $30–40 worth of gas. But then in the Z06 that use 93 octane, it's like $60–70 to fill it up, right? You got $2 and change in gas compared to this one right here, which I don't own anymore. But if I had to fill the tank up, it'd probably be like $70–80 in fuel, right? So I think that Dodge, you already, well, not really Dodge, I can't even say Dodge because Tim Kuniskis is your head of Ram, but Tim, you already came out with a winner in this right here, even though I've, you know, pointed out in videos how bad some of these engine options are, the cheapness on some of these builds were in some of the D170s. If you put this engine from this vehicle into this vehicle right here, and I can have this truck and spend a lot less money in gas, whoo, boy, I'll definitely buy one of these. Like, I would be your first customer. I'll go ahead and put $5–10,000 down to go and buy a TRX 170. And then, like I said, I've been wanting me a very fast SUV because I said in videos on this channel that I would love to have an Escalade V. But I mean, if they actually offered like a, let's say I don't know, a Grand Cherokee 170, or maybe offered a Grand Wagoneer 170 with this engine right here in this car right here, because I love this engine. I love this engine. And then you can use cheaper fuel. I mean, come on now, like this right here needs to happen. Please make this happen, Tim. Please, my dear friend, make this happen. Matt, put that engine into that new Charger, instead of the 6-banger, put the D170 into a Charger, put into a Durango. Shoot, you know, I wish you had like a full-size Dodge SUV. See if you can get Stellantis to give you a full-size SUV and put this engine in there. Instead of Hellcat everything, I think if we Demon everything, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, they'll be so back. They will be so back. You guys got to do it. But let me know what you guys think. Should the TRX make just a regular combat with Ram with just a little regular old measly Hellcat engine? Or should they make it a little bit spicy with a Redeye version of this car or truck? This is a TRX key. Or should it get a little bit more spicy with a TRX 170, a 1,025 horsepower ultimate Ram truck that would make Raptor owners cry? And if they can make this truck for like $120,000, $130,000, I would definitely be in the market to get one. It'd be a little pricey, but I mean, what could beat it? What could beat it? And please don't tell me the Ram Rev, because I got another video coming about the disaster about the Ram Rev coming. Probably after this video, after I get done recording this one. But let me know if you guys think that a Ram TRX 170 would make customers come back to the showrooms. And I think you just had to really just deal with it at that particular time. The dealer's trying to jack the prices of these trucks to the moon. But I would rather deal with dealers who want to tried to screw me on prices of this new TRX 170, then to live in a world where no second coming of the Ram TRX never happened.